When it comes to cooking, there are certain rules if you want to achieve deliciousness. And considering I'm a mama's boy, I always follow the rules. So today I'm going to show you the 4 flavors of cooking that if you adhere to, you are going to build ultimate flavor every single time. And they are salty, sweet, spicy, and sour. And I thought the best dish to display that today is my homemade 30-minute marinara sauce. And it makes my Aunt Nona in the northern part of the suburbs of Chicago so proud. So let's do it. So in the pan, I have onions, garlic, carrots, and celery cooking over medium heat with a couple shots of olive oil. So let's talk about salt. Half a teaspoon pinch of kosher salt. So what salt does is actually bring out the natural flavor of the food even more. There's a reason why restaurant food tastes so good. It's because they season aggressively. So when you watch me cook a big, fat, juicy steak and I season aggressively with salt on each side, that's because the salt makes the meat taste more beefy. Salt is flavor. Without it, your food is going to be bland. So don't make me come after you now. Now, another way to bring salt to the party is Parmesan cheese or bacon. So imagine finishing pasta with some Parmigiano Reggiano or taking some crispy bacon. That crunchy, salty bite is going to bring so much flavor. Now add about a teaspoon of dried thyme and a small pinch of chili peppers or red chili flakes. Now the pepper flakes is where spice comes in. Spice works really well when it complements some sweetness in a dish. Plus, it really opens up your appetites, aka gets your flavor jets going. Another way to bring heat to the party is by finely slicing some chili peppers and tossing them in a salad. Or if you're making my fried rice recipe, a little squirt of sriracha or chili sauce goes a long way. Now for my sauce, I'm gonna add 2 heaping tablespoons of tomato paste. Now I actually like to cook the tomato paste for a couple minutes. I think that just intensifies the flavors of the tomato even more, and it gives it such a depth of flavor. Now for flavor number 3, we're talking acid or sour. For this recipe, some red wine will do the trick. When I add some wine to this pan, I'm gonna reduce it by half, and the flavor is gonna get so intensified and really just create a flavor base. Now, acid is really good because it brings brightness to the party. It really cuts through the richness of some dishes. So if you have a braise or a stew, a little bit of lemon juice in there is gonna really cut through that richness and make the flavor bright and pop. You guys know from watching culinary competition shows, acid is so important. Your dish was lacking seasoning and was screaming for some acid. And for that reason, you're being chopped. And a little bit of vinegar or acid is great for a salad dressing because they're mostly made of oil, which is super rich. If you balance it out with 1 part acid or vinegar, it totally cuts through that and makes a perfect marriage. Now let's add a can of pureed tomatoes to this, which brings us back to our friend salt. Now those tomatoes are really, really bland. So you're gonna need a good teaspoon more of salt. That's really good, but believe it or not, it can use 1 more pinch of salt. That's the only way we know. By tasting and seasoning, that's how we get the perfect final dish. Now for the 4th layer of flavor, we're gonna add honey. Honey is that nice sweet kiss that's gonna round out the flavor perfectly, and especially for my marinara sauce because tomatoes are very acidic, and the honey helps cut through that acid perfectly. Another way to add sweetness is molasses. I combine molasses and honey in my barbecue sauce that I put on my honey bourbon barbecue slider. It is literally an award-winning burger and money. All right, the sauce has been cooking for 30 minutes. It should be done, but we do have to taste it one last time. It's got great flavor. Everything is nice and rounded, but there is this elusive 5th element of flavor. That, my friends, is called umami, and that is Japanese for deliciousness. Foods that have umami are tomatoes, and there's tons of tomatoes in here. It's just this rich, earthy flavor, and other foods that have it are mushrooms, soy sauce, Parmesan cheese, and obviously tomatoes. All right, that's it. The tomato sauce is done. Of course, if you want to build the ultimate dish, you've got to add some texture or some crunch. But that would be the 6th sense. And that would be 2 Bruce Willis references in 1 video, which is way too much. So as Alton Brown always says, that's another episode. Guys, if you want this awesome recipe, it's below in the description box. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel because every week I'm hooking up all my fellow home cooks with tasty recipes. Keep on cooking. See you next week. Peace.